A pleasant good evening to each and everyone in Georgetown, Guyana, the diaspora, and elsewhere. Friends all and enemy alike. Today I want to address the two major races as I always do, the East Indian descendant and the African descendant. Friends, I think it is time for both races to stop this negative nonsense and be united for the future of your children and your children's children. As you might be aware, fighting each other based on religion or race, you are not getting no way. Because let me show you in history. You ever see Burnham, Hyde, and all the others went to battle against each other? For politics, no. They used the less educated, the undesirable to carry their battle, to put threat into a nation. And then they talk about salvation, they talk about equality, and they talk about human rights. These scavengers use y'all because y'all are uneducated. Y'all are undesirable because you all depend upon handout. You, the black race I'm talking to, you can do better because Kofi was a great son of slave and he had the vision to rebel against the colonial master. And therefore, what does that tell you? And he had no clothes on to compare with you, the modern time, who got bicycle, plane, car, this, that. You should be more smarter than that. But you cannot go to battle killing your neighbor because he's an Indian or he votes for another government, another party that you don't like. That's tribalism. And that will never heal if you start it. Because to be honest with you, once you hurt mine, I don't care how long it takes, I'm going to come for yours. You might be in the grave, but you have children. The Bible says, as gone to Jesus, the children shall answer the call. So when you beat a man, paralyze him or kill him, you destroy his family. Why don't you poison yours? Because not everybody go to forgive and pray they forgot and leave it to God. I'm a priest, and I have a few questions about the Bible, the Quran. Well, I don't know much of the Ramayana because I don't pray to statues. Sorry. And I don't call a cow ma when my own mother gave birth to me, and I don't care for her. Okay? So I'm not going to hit you if that's what you believe. You stay with it. But don't entrench it upon other people. All right? And therefore, if you have God in your house, you don't need to go to the temple. I mean, Krishna, Hanuman, Mother Lakshmi, Mother Sita. You got it in your house. Why you need to go to the mandir? You are a lunatic. You're mad. Sorry. Take those money and feed the poor. Give it to your poor family. God is a spirit. And he had problem with a man called Lucifer, an angel, his right hand. And they tell me, leave vengeance to him when he throw Lucifer out of heaven with his angels. And I never see him and I never see Lucifer. But I'm only temporary and there forever and ever. So for my time on the earth, you make my life hard. I must leave you and your family. Y'all better sit down and think what wrong you're doing to people. The world changes. And there are many ways for revenge. Take what the blacks done in the 60s in Guyana to the Indian. H&L Kisoon had to turn her workshop into a rescue mission in Rumwell. Did Barry Jagdeo remember that? Jagan? Burnham? Hyde? Mr. David Granger? Mr. Ramatar? No. I do hope Mr. Ali, President for the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, which I don't say president because Guyana still don't have a proper constitution. I just want you all to know, if I lie upon somebody, kill me. I don't want it to be among you angels, but make sure you will lie at nobody and your ass ain't got no shit fastened. Let it be known to you. All right? So I give you all a chance. If I lie and somebody kill me, take what I got. I got signed to it. But if you do me something wrong, why must I left you and your family? This world changes it. Every policeman, every military personnel, every criminal that take money from an Indian businessman or politician in the whole to do their nasty work, let it be known to you, your children and your family, and if you got a wife, she family can answer it too. Because she have a right to poison you before you get to that action. And you goes to the Indian, the same thing. But the difference between the two of you African descendant, you are talking about emancipation. Who must pay you? Not the Amerindian, not the Portuguese, not the Chinese, and not the East Indian, or not the mixed race. Who must pay you? And not if you're African descendant who rule Guyana. Do you know why? You're supposed to take England and the Dutch to court, not your own people, because you says the white man exploit Africa. The white man take your gold, but he educate your friends. You're wearing shoes. You're wearing panties and drawers. Your wife and him, you're wearing underwear. Are you willing to give it up? You want to turn the clock back, isn't it? You want to go back to tribalism, isn't it? Where you walk with no clothes and a wood in your hand, running from lion and tigers. Another thing, my friends, my message to you and the Indians, stop it. Guyana is an Amerindian country, where the Portuguese was brought, the Chinese was brought, and you, the blacks and Indian, was brought. But you, the blacks, keep on with this emancipation. You were not emancipated. You were born in Guyana and in the Caribbean and elsewhere. All right? If any one of you can prove to me you emancipated, I will be your slave. Promise you that. And you Indian, you claim you arrived. If you can prove to me you arrived, I will be your slave. If not, it is time for the politicians who are lying to y'all, keep y'all fighting each other while they're full in their pocket, taking care of friends and family, and a few criminals, and listen how they kill y'all when y'all don't kill for them. Accident, drive-by shooting, and if you're sick, don't go to the hospital. They get a doctor and nurse to poison you. Since I speak about every 10 Indian women go to the public hospital to make baby, 6 and 7 will die in childbirth. I ain't hear no more dying. Is that the X13 plan? I think every doctor and nurse must be given a lie detector test, present and past. And if you're a civil servant and you use it against any other race beyond yours, or anyone who supports another political party or a religion that you are not of, you do not need to be in Guyana and your family. Right? For the modern Africans today, from South Africa all the way to Mozambique, Angola, Nigeria, Ghana, Somalia, they would like to have your opportunity, my friends. Why not stop this nonsense and unite like it used to be in the 40s and 50s? Dr. Jagan and Burnham are poisoning your mind. Then I heard another thing. I have an opinion. An opinion can be like a dream or a vision, depends upon what kind of opinion and how you use it. All right? I was asked in a telephone conversation by several people, Mr. George Correa, we have a good record of writing up about you. You support many political movements for changes. Tell us what you really doing this thing for. And I make it clear. I'm a human rights struggler. I am not a racist, but I use the race color, like trying to identify the difference between a snake and a crocodile, a mongoose and a rat, and a tiger and a hyena, a wolf and a lion. And they said, that's all right. But George Correa, you don't think that when you say these things, you're offending people? I say, such as the good book, the Bible, the Ramayana, and the Quran. When the prophet or the right priest speak what he read, the hypocrites them are offended. Mr. Correa, Are you not afraid of your life? No. My life does not have a name. The human body that my life are in carry a name. That's my opinion. But how would you like to know, you take me out of this body, will you provide one for me? Because I'll be in your house, in your bathroom, in your bed when you're making love with your wife. And let it be known to you, who go there and kill with you got a price. Or they're going to tell their wife and their friends and their family they will have a price. They're going to hand you over. And the politicians, when they get arrested, they're going to call your name because they got to make a deal to save them and the millions. Because they're going to want political asylum. Where will you go? So my fellow brothers and sisters, the black race and Indians, stop it. Unite. These politicians are lying to you. They're using and abusing you. And you, the judges that swear on the Holy Bible, the Ramayana, the Quran. Well, if you swear on the Ramayana, I don't know much. It already tells me that the mind raw, you're not mature yet. And if you say you swear on the Vedas, I now see why you Indians love to dodge. Because if you're invading people, you're hiding something. Sorry. But if you swear in the Holy Bible and the Quran, and raise your hand and thank to God, and you do wrong, then you're representing Lucifer, the devil. But I want you to know, all crime from today, going back from Burnham time, shall and will be reopened. And we do not have a constitution. We have an institution. Because the Constitution specifically claims no one with foreign citizenship should be in the parliament to legislate laws, or unless I got it wrong. It's a land. Because we get rid of colonialism, and we are living in the same colonial country to come back as a citizen, then it shows we are a servant of them. So therefore we do not have a constitution, we have an institution. I noticed the President Ali is going now in the Amerindian community, shaking hands, he's dressing like an Indian. Well, come on, Ali. It is no time to mamagai, as Trinidadians say. It is no time to pull it. Them Amerindian is stupid. If you want to prove to me that you believe in them, walk the way they walk with just a tapi around your tipi and your feathers. Because no East Indian, unless you're mocking them while you're robbing them and shaking their hand, I don't mean it in a derogative way, I'm asking a question. Okay? And always remember, Mr. Ali, a sheep cannot be a goat. One says meh, and the other one says meh. Are you jeering them? Answer me. And if you're a Hindu, the cow says ma, and you Hindu say that's your mother, but your two-legged mother, you look and say, and boo, like the bull. Something wrong with your man. Wake to hell up. That's my opinion, by the way. Okay? And let it be known to you, no matter how much you thief, and how many wrong you done, all of you have to die. What you take with you in the grave? You remember the Calypsonian? You may have all the money. While you are in the grave, another man spending your money with your baby. Remember that Calypso? Black people are great people, but quick to be misled. And that comes from tribalism. Even though today, civilization is so far ahead, advanced, to compare with primitive time, when the king and the queen had no clothes on, but jewel all around their body, like Mother Sita and Mother Lakshmi and Mother Kali. Hypocrites, wake up. That's my opinion. But I want you all to know, the crime that was committed against Rodney, Uwini, Dublin, Waddle, and Vincent Tika, Father Doc, shall and will be reopened. Let the nation know the truth. And for the people who live in Haituni and Madja that came from the Caribbean island, that we call Highlanders, that was involved in that crime, you will be forgiven. I heard a woman is 100 and something years living there. She should reveal the truth. And Hamilton Green should talk what he knows. Because you don't take hatred to the grave, Mr. Green. A beautiful nation with two foreigners who were living like brothers was divided because of corrupt politicians. wrong teaching. But today, the modern generation are very educated. You need your own house. You need to go forward. And I tell you here today, if I accept the call, remember this words, America gets what America wants. We shall not, will not, would not tolerate a dictator in Guyana or a communist doctrine or one who's trying to pretend to be a capitalist, but below is deeper than communist, which I call stupidness. Wake up, man. Come on, Ali. Don't be misled. I have an advice for you. You're a young man. I don't care what they say how many counts you got, 19. I don't know about that. They say not me. And you're in jail, but innocent people are in jail. I'm asking you today in the name of Allah, you have a son or two. Check upon that young boy by the name of Moses Lancaster. He's black and Amerindian, Buck, double B. Check upon his case. He born with an impairment. He couldn't speak or understand things good. He was accused for murdering a taxi driver with two Indians who bribed magistrate and judge through the corrupt lawyer. They are free and he's in jail. All right? Pardon him and pardon a few others. Since you are the leader of Guyana, like what David Granger do, I urge you in the name of Allah to do that. And we will see who you are. We are willing to work with you for unity in Guyana. But we want all ministers to declare their assets. And we want the constitution or the institution to change. That no man is above the law. Donald Trump is on trial for a resurrection. They said trying to bring people on the 6th of January in Washington to create a problem. And he is on trial. And for many other things. What make you all in Guyana is not on trial. Are you above the law? So you criminals are making law. I'm not saying you Ali, Barnum and Jagan. Only to protect you all, but lack of little Aubrey, Thomas and James, Partab and Gangadin, when they pickpocket and rob somebody and some corrupt judge and magistrate send them for 3 years in jail when she's collecting or he's collecting money from those who lead the country and the biggest thief. Something not right here. I call upon the Almighty God, Allah Bhagwana God, to do something about Guyana. You have just destroyed an Arab country where thousands have lost their life, women, men, and innocent children. I ask you, what will you do to Guyana? Show the corrupt judges, corrupt politicians, that you are listening to the less fortunate and rack it with a disease or an earthquake and kill the bastards them out. Because you are carrying my fight, my God. You said to give you the struggle, well, I hand it to you today. I want revenge for the wrongful imprisonment of my son by a Kulini Ramjatan who can produce a letter, and corrupt magistrate George Black who ordered him to go to jail wrongfully with Indian. Y'all don't know what I know. I asked y'all to drink poison. Let it be known to y'all, we are not taking this. So I call upon you, Ali, and the DPP. If she cannot do the job, remove her. And let it be known to you that no politician is above the law. No judge is above the law. No imam, no priest, no pandit is above the law. What goes for one goes for all. A young black girl and a black boy is a citizen of the country, and they are human beings like you. And therefore, you have to do what is right for the nation. Leaders are born and some are chosen. But if you are chosen by Allah, well, then do what you have to do, Mr. Ali, in the Holy Quran. And if the lady, the DPP, call herself a Muslim and believe in the teaching of Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto him, then I urge her, Miss Hack, put your differences aside and do what is right for humanity and for your journey towards hell or heaven. Because your children shall suffer for the crime you are committing. I pardon a black woman on the East Coast who collects $100 US, Canadian dollar, 75 American dollar. I pardoned her before she go to jail. And she had my son run into the court every day because of corrupt magistrate. We pay a lawyer who take money, and you see money, let me tell you, Judas take touch of silver, he hang himself. And Cooley love to bribe, we don't bribe. The police asked my son for $1 million, we could have given him. Our case cost millions, plus the humiliation, the pain, and faith that y'all put us through. Okay, Ramjatan? May God have mercy upon you and your children and your family. I said it. If y'all know who's behind us, and I want y'all to know, y'all are overseers, when you call yourself president, prime minister. America, Joe Biden is your president. Tell them I tell you that. And watch what's going to happen if you all join with South Africa, Brazil, Russia, China, and Saudi Arabia with this currency. Not in this hemisphere. Where were them when Hitler was raging war in Russia and in the world? Where were them? And you, the black race, I beg you, stop talking about white man slave you when you be raping the Amerindian and breeding them and give them no justice and take away the land and the burn them. Come on. Ali, if you believe in the teaching of Muhammad, I hope that God won't take you in heaven, because I might take you in heaven for him too. What you think? It's only my opinion. And Mr. Norton, I know your leadership is threatened because according to information, they're calling to get rid of you because they want a racial person to fight this battle. Well, I call upon the nation. We don't need the PNC who become active with PPP fallout and join them, and we don't need the PPP. Because if you put the PNC, every other race has a black man party, and you don't forget what happened. And if you put the Indian as the coolie, the black people say they curry favor, they're giving friends and family and donors all the job and everything. Y'all are liars. The military and the police force is still 99% of y'all. All the nurses and doctors, think of it, but you all need house, money, and land to build your house. Join hands for a national front government. And if you believe in the teaching of Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto him, he said Jesus and God as black people, which I know you do. Remember, Guyana is an Amerindian country. Let's put an Amerindian man or woman as the head of the country, administered by the other 5 races. We will not have a racial clash, and we won't have curry favor. Friends and family and donors in can play no role, because the Amerindian need to get 45% of their wealth for the 9 tribes. Right, Ali? You're surrounded by Latin and South America. Let's work together. And take my advice. Barack Obama, President of America, was wise. I think it's alleged his mother-in-law was in the kitchen to take care of the food, and her granddaughter and him and her daughter. I think you should do the same. Don't trust the servant. Don't trust your driver. Choose your family who you could trust and put them on the payroll, because an opportunist knows no boundary, and a dollar bill don't have friends. The highest bidder. If a blind man named Brutus could poison a king named Caesar, who the hell are you? Be careful. My advice to you. We will work together for a national front government and a united Guyana. I know there's good and bad in both races. All right, and in your party. May God be with all of you. And looking forward for we to fly the US flag, Canada and British, and open up the door to Africa, India and the Caribbean, and welcome our neighbors. Thank you, and may God be with all of you. I am your host, George Correa. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.